Well, hello, ladies, and welcome to Women podcast. That's Women, the number 2 Women podcast. I'm your host, Denise Hinksalines, and I'm excited that you have tuned in today to join me in this space for transparent conversations that will uplift, inspire, and motivate every woman on her journey to be her authentic self. We'll be right back after this break. Hello and welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're going to have fun today. If you've been listening for a while, you know what I'm getting ready to say. Get ready, let's talk. And remember, there's therapeutic value in shared stories. Well, ladies, welcome again to Women podcast. I'm your host, Denise Hinkson-Lawrence. And so what I'm going to talk about today, we're just going to jump right into our conversation. And that is, talking about how do we navigate through these times that we're living in? How do we navigate through our experiences? How do we navigate through anything that we're dealing with? And I want to share something. I had an opportunity to write an article for Ordain magazine. And those who know Ordain magazine is located in the UK. It's part of the Ilona House of Ilona Clergy brand by Camille Daly. Camille is a podcaster. She is an author. She is obviously a fashionista in these clergy brands, with the sleeves, known for her sleeves and her designs there. And I had the opportunity to write an article for one of her series some time back on navigating. How do you navigate in life? And I want to share that with you, if I will, just a little piece of it to kind of like help with what I'm going to talk about today. So, excuse me there. So when you talk about activating the God navigator, what does that look like? For all of us, we're in this life and we're driving, we're flying, whatever, method we're using to navigate through life. And, you hear the signs all the time. Hey, go there, go to the left, go to the right. No, turn here, turn there. Wait, slightly turn to the left. Hey, follow your friend down that street, head over to the east. Well, when you get down to the right, turn left after the first right, then make the second left. You get the idea, right? So we're making all these journey, and somewhere along the line, we either end up on a one-way street. We have to, either check our steps back and like figure out, where did we miss our turn? How far do we have to go back? Sometimes we end up in a dead end and we're frustrated, but in this life, if I can say anything to you, is this: in this life, you're going to have bumper to bumper traffic. It is. There's going to be some smooth rides, and there's going to also be bumper to bumper traffic. And you may also find yourself in a place in this journey of life where you'll meet up on a sign that says, hey, road work ahead. What do you do? What do you do when there's detours? What do you do when you are forced to go another route than you originally had planned? Sometimes those routes could be more tolls, right? And sometimes it could be a smooth sailing. But what do? Do you just give up? Do you take a minute and breathe? Do you take a minute and process this thing again and map it out again, find another way? Or do you take a minute and take a break and figure out, okay, I'll try this another day? Or do you go head on and face it? Each of us have our own decision that we make, and the decisions that we make determine, what the outcome is going to be. And sometimes we feel like we've had it all figured out. I know I've been there where I felt like I've got it all figured out. Hey, I've ventured down this road before. I've done similar paths before. I've got this. It's going to be a piece of cake. And trust and believe, I get there and it's not a cake that I like. It is not the right flavor. It doesn't taste the same way. It doesn't have the texture. not a piece of cake as I thought it would be. So I'm over here telling you, I've been there before, crafted out my strategies, had my techniques, figured out how I'm going to manipulate where I need to manipulate. I've even studied and attained enough knowledge that I think I can use to navigate through this. And then, to my surprise, I end up in a state of bewilderment, absolute bewilderment. See, life tends to throw curveballs at us, sometimes even without a pause. There's some of us, it's constant curveball. Like, okay, you've done that. And before you could get out of this, here comes another thing. And sometimes it comes without a pause. There's like no break. And there are pitfalls, there are ditches, there are howling winds at us, the surface friction. We have quicksands, we have potholes, we have obstacles and derailment. But that is part of life. And what I figured out, what I have journeyed and allow myself to journey through in personal development and spiritual development is that I figured out the only way to conquer these continual disturbance is to activate the God Navigator. Best believe. Once you activate the God Navigator, you can sit back because you're no longer in charge. And so even when the violent winds, the ocean attack us, when we activate the God Navigator, even the ocean have to respond accordingly. Matthew 8:27 tells me, it says, but the men marveled, saying, what manner of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him? Yeah, I'm gonna let it pause there for a minute. Let it pause there for a minute. Even the wind and the wave obey him. The wind and the sea obeys him. So no matter how violent the ocean attacks you, if you activate the God Navigator, even the ocean must respond accordingly. You've got to activate faith. You've got to activate your trust. You've got to activate your belief in him and allow him to navigate you through life's journey. See, for some folks, these times are uncertain, right? The last 2 years, 3 years have been uncertain, years of uncertainty. There have been some raindrops on some, there have been some tsunami in others, while when it's breaking in one area, others are thriving in other area. Some are, lost jobs and some are gaining employment. Some have been on furlough, some have become even more financially stable. An only possible way you can figure this out is by allowing God to take control. Whichever end you may end up in, you still have to allow him and give him full control. Because amidst the confusion, the navigator, God, what he does is he brings clarity, which then breeds unlimited creativity. So uncertainty brought about creativity, a wave of pop-up shops. I mean, people were in COVID. I remember people were just doing online stores. We had this high demand of personalized merchandise, even masks and t-shirts and everything. So even in the midst of the pandemic and everything, as we're getting ready to come out, some of us have, some places have gone fully out and some are still in the process of it, in the lingering after effect of it. But in the midst of that, we saw a lot of people coming out, even on the top, who were at the bottom. We find a lot of influencers, a lot of business owners, small businesses, Black-owned businesses, all different kinds of businesses. T-shirt lines became this big phenomenon, mask with your personal design on it, embroidered shirts, different type of things, podcasts, books, ebooks. People just get these inspiration and motivation and insight that they didn't even think they had before. And it's because a lot of us have activated the God Navigator. Okay. So, despite everything, if you can just begin to take your eyes off your situation and activate the God navigator, the only navigator, God, he's the one that makes things possible. The bright light, the hidden sunshine behind the dark clouds. Remember, life is not always a direct flight. Some trips demand multiple stops and possibly for you to switch planes. So when you get to this crossroad of life that you feel is so uncertain, and we know it's uncertainty, and we're faced with this anxiety and fear, it will show up. It's natural. Remember, it's natural for anxiety and fear to show up. However, if I can tell you this, we cannot allow them to overwhelm us. The only thing you can do is to ensure that we're always plugged in and activate the ultimate navigator. That is God, and he will direct your path. I hope this is a word of encouragement to somebody today. I just felt this overwhelming feeling. I had conversations today with some people, and they were just sharing with me, it's been, despite the thing that things are shining, it's like curveball after curveball, feeling stuck, not sure where to go, this way to go. They've tried the left, they've tried the right, and just somehow seem to end up back in the same space. And just in our conversation, it just dawned on me, it's like, they have not activated the God navigator. They have not activated the God navigator. And I just wanted to come on and share that with you. No matter what you're going through, ensure that you're always plugged in and activate the ultimate navigator, and God will direct your path. Thank you for listening to Women today. I want you to continue to support, download, share the podcast with someone, and let them know that we're talking about something good here. I'm excited about our upcoming topics that we will be having, our guests that are signed on. Just wanted to bring something new to you coming in the month of April. There's a lot of exciting things, and just continue to support. And I appreciate you. We are doing it. Listen, Women to Women is here. So again, have a great day. Follow us on social media at W2W Podcast on Instagram, and send us an email at woman2woman podcast@gmail.com, or you can visit my website, DeniseHlawrence.com. And you can see some of our merchandise that we have there, our journals, and so on and so forth. Again, thank you for tuning in to Women Podcast. Have a great day now.